Alright, now the major ones you'll need for AP Calculus, inverse, trig functions, and integration is the integral of the inverse of sine, of tangent, and cosine. Okay, and here's the actual rules that follow. Now, it's a little bit more complicated to go into the actual proofs, and I don't want to further cloud you anymore. But just understand that the cool thing is that wherever you see x here, you're going to be putting it in over here. Okay, so it's really kind of nice to actually be able to see that value there. Okay, so like x here for tangent, it's going to be pretty much the same setup as sine, except you're going to have the natural log of x squared. So this is going to look very familiar to its actual derivative. Okay, and cosine, the same thing. It's going to be very similar to sine, except it is going to be opposite, so you have to be careful with that formula right there. Alright? And that is it for working with inverse trig functions and integration. Not too many proofs on this one that you have to work through, but you just have to know how to actually plug it in and just be able to actually work with it. Okay? Well, and we will talk about in a second going backwards to the actual function. Okay, and this is what happens when you do the integral of something, and this is going to be something really funky, of something and get an actual inverse trig function. Okay, and u is going to be a differentiable function of x, okay, and that's just going to be how it just sets up and everything. Okay, so u is just a function of x, so this is going to be like u substitution. Okay, and just here is the entire setup for it. Okay, alright, but that's it for inverse trig functions and integration. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.